Are you still eating chicken breast that's dry and tough like this? Throw that idea away. I'll show you a new way to cook it, so your chicken breast turns out tender, juicy, and absolutely delicious. Hello everyone, it's Tracy here. A chef taught me this. To make great chicken, don't boil or stir-fry it directly. Follow along with today's video. I will guide you step by step on how to cook chicken breast so it always stays tender, juicy, and tastes even better. I guarantee once you make it, you'll finish it all because it's just that good. Before we begin, I want you to understand why your chicken breast often turns out dry and tough. First, many people think cooking chicken breast is very simple. Just turn on high heat and place the chicken straight into the pan. This makes the outside look nicely golden, but in reality, the inside is still undercooked or becomes dry because the heat removes moisture too quickly. Another mistake is boiling chicken in rapidly boiling water. Although the chicken cooks through the high temperature causes the proteins to tighten, making the meat tough, firm, and lacking the tender, juicy texture we want. These are very common habits that many people don't realize. That's why you need to follow my method. First, after buying it, you can cut the chicken into pieces, depending on how you plan to cook it, or you can leave it whole. Next, use a small knife and carefully trim away the tough tendons and excess fat attached to the meat. Many people often skip this step because they think it doesn't matter. But in reality, the meat can shrink during cooking and cook unevenly. More importantly, it affects the texture and appearance of the chicken. So removing these parts will help the chicken breast cook evenly, stay tender, and keep a nicer shape when it's done. Now that the chicken has been prepared, the next step is to create small holes to help keep the meat tender and retain moisture during cooking. Use a fork to gently poke small holes across the surface of the chicken, especially on the skin if there is any. There's no need to press too hard. Just create small, tiny holes. This helps relax the structure of the meat, so it doesn't shrink or curl up while cooking. It also allows heat to distribute more evenly, helping the chicken cook through without becoming tough on the outside. After piercing, you need to clean the chicken properly, because this step also affects the final flavor of the meat. Many people just rinse the chicken quickly under cold running water and think it's clean, but that is usually not enough to remove the odor and surface impurities. Some proteins and residues still remain, which can affect both the smell and taste when cooked. Instead, try using warm water at around 50 degrees Celsius, 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Pour about 1 cup of hot water into a bowl of water. Add a little salt and gently wash the chicken for about 1 to 2 minutes. The warm water helps soften and remove excess fat and impurities, while the salt supports the cleaning process. After that, take the chicken out and pat it completely dry with a paper towel. This step is very important to remove all remaining moisture before cooking. With just this simple adjustment, your chicken will have a cleaner flavor and a more pleasant aroma. Prepare a zip-top bag for food. You should choose one that is heat-resistant and safe for food use. It will be very convenient and helpful during the cooking process. Then place the chicken inside and use a simple seasoning ratio. This step is very important because it also determines how tender and juicy the chicken breast will be when cooked. If you skip this step, your chicken can easily lose moisture during cooking, which leads to dry and tough meat. For every 300 grams of chicken, add about 1% salt and 0.5% sugar, which is about 1 teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of sugar, then gently rub the mixture evenly over the surface of the chicken inside the zip bag. As you massage it, the seasoning will distribute evenly. After that, let the chicken rest for about 10 to 20 minutes. During this time, the salt helps loosen the proteins, while the sugar helps retain moisture. Together, they help the chicken stay tender and juicy when cooked. After letting it rest long enough, take the chicken and move on to the cooking step. However, instead of boiling the chicken directly in rapidly boiling water, we will simply steep it in hot water. Start by bringing a pot of water to a full boil, then turn off the heat and let it sit for about 1 minute so it cools down slightly. At this point, the temperature drops to around 80 to 85 degrees Celsius, 175 to 185 degrees Fahrenheit, which is more ideal for cooking chicken breast. Next, place the whole bag of chicken into the water and let it soak. If you are using a zip-top bag, make sure to remove as much air as possible before submerging it. Cover the pot and let the chicken sit in the hot water for about 23 to 25 minutes. This method allows the chicken to cook evenly without using high heat or traditional boiling. After letting it soak long enough, check the doneness of the chicken inside. The safest way to check is by looking at the internal temperature. The center of the chicken should reach at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius. This is the recommended temperature to ensure the chicken is safe to eat while still staying tender and juicy. If you don't have a thermometer, you can gently use a fork or a sharp object to poke into the center of the meat. If red juices come out, the chicken is still undercooked. On the other hand, if it's easy to pierce and no red juices come out and the liquid is clear, then it is cooked through. However, using a thermometer will always give the most accurate result. If the temperature is still below 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius, simply return the chicken to the warm water and let it sit for a few more minutes. Now that the chicken is fully cooked, let's quickly pan-sear it to add more flavor and a bit of crispiness. Place a pan on the stove and heat it over medium heat, then add a piece of butter and let it melt completely. After that, place the chicken in and sear each side for about 2 to 3 minutes. Since the chicken is already cooked inside, this step is just to create a light golden color on the outside without drying it out. You will notice the surface starting to form a lightly crisp golden layer, while the inside remains soft and juicy. To make the chicken more flavorful after cooking, spoon the melted butter over the meat so it becomes glossy and more aromatic. Now let's take a look at the final result. The chicken looks evenly golden and very appealing. When you cut it in half, you will see that it is soft, juicy, and full of flavor. When you press it lightly, you can feel a gentle springiness, and the juices stay inside instead of drying out. Even though the searing time is short, the texture is still perfect, lightly golden on the outside, while remaining juicy on the inside. The most noticeable difference is how it feels compared to the old way. Instead of being dry, tough, and hard to chew, even stiff and not appealing at all. You can enjoy this juicy chicken in many simple and healthy ways. Slice it thin and serve it with a fresh salad of lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and a light dressing for a clean and balanced meal. This dish is also perfect for a healthy lunchbox. Just add some brown rice or quinoa, a few steamed vegetables, and you have a nutritious meal ready to go. If you prefer something quick and convenient, use the chicken to make a sandwich. Add the chicken to bread with a few greens and a light sauce, and you'll have a tasty light option for lunch or dinner that's still full of flavor. And that's how you can turn a simple chicken breast into something tender, juicy, and truly enjoyable every time. With just a few small changes in preparation and cooking, you can avoid the common mistakes and get much better results right at home. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more easy kitchen tips. I'd love to hear how it turns out for you, so feel free to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.